you doing? Welcome back to Urban Child Development Show, where we come with off-the-cuff questions about how to raise your kid in an urban environment. These are the Gambinos. Today, Africanus got the question.
All right, so my first question, in 2022, do we still believe in spanking our kids, or is that a vestige left over from slavery?
Slavery part.
I don't use spanking my kids as discipline. My kid's small, so stop, don't touch that. You know what I'm saying? My oldest one, I just cell phone. We talk. I wear fuss. I don't put my hands on it though. You know, so I don't think that do. Maybe because she's a female. See, if she had a boy, I probably like, hey, but she's a female, so I really don't try to put my hands on her like that. But I did one time in her life. She 15. That was she was small.
Right.
Not now. She's 15, so she knows she's doing something wrong. It's like those sort of taking stuff from them. They'll scream right on the cell phone, laptop, you know. So form of slavery. I don't know, cause I get my baby. I get my the braids beat off of me. You know what I'm saying? so
yeah.
Something I'll try. Our parents raise us the best they can, you know.
Right.
So the way I raise my kids, it ain't a lot of stuff is not the way my mom raised us.
Right.
You know, like my kids getting raised in a totally different environment than I was raised in too.
Right.
You know. So like I raised in the hood, my kids, these niggas ain't in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't struggling with nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like they got everything they need. They want, man. So it's so slave report by getting whooped. Nah. Okay. Trey got the bad.
I'm in that same boat with the small ones. I got a 4 and she's about to be 2. So
right.
It's like it's just like pop, stop right now.
Stop.
Even a 4-year-old, he'd about to be 5 and he know when he do something wrong, but still it'd be like I scoop him up real quick. You get too loud with him, he get so. But the second part of that question now, I don't think we do it, but I think our parents, I think that was definitely like rooted down from slavery, like especially like their parents, the way they did it. Yeah.
Right.
We hear about the stories of how they got whoopings, and we got whoopings a different way, and be like, dang.
Right.
I mean, twisting the switches, like that, man. Drop cords.
Right.
Man.
Trey be putting his kids at parade rest and stuff. They be
You're crazy, man.
What about you, man?
Not yet. No, I mean the same thing like popping and stuff. And my daughter, so I think I can count on my hands. She's not. How old is she now? She's 9, so I can count on my hands many times I spanked her. So yeah, I don't. If she was a boy, she probably would have got that ass worn out a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. That's why I said Trey, Joe, y'all got.
All right. I answer. I got 2, 110, 116. I probably can count on both hands how many times I spanked both of them. For me, it depends on the offense. If you're stealing something, you're catching an ass whooping in my house.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I work too fucking hard to be able to provide you the things that you need for you to go out and steal. You're not in a position that you need to do anything like that. It's people out here that really need that, and you sitting here chilling and you got to, but you out here doing it. So yeah, you catching the ass whooping for that. But other than that and disrespect to like adults, other than that, nah, I ain't spanking them. We can have a conversation. I can take something from them.
Right. That killer right there every time, taking something from
every time. It does, yeah.
Yeah, I just pay attention to them. I figure out what, what they love. And then you take what they love. My daughter is that phone. Get here. My son is that controller. Get here.
Sir.
So, you know what I mean? Usually if I take one of those things tend to line back up. I ain't gotta do nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had, we had both.
But I got my ass whipped. I did get my ass
Go nowhere.
Like, I mean, with everything. I mean, a phone, a pan, a stick, a hand. I got maced. I got motherfucking
He got maced?
pistol on
you got it,
on guard.
Yeah.
Hey, that's PTSD right there.
Yeah.
So
I ain't no goddamn game. Whatever you get her hand on, you get hit with.
I definitely changed my standpoint on it, right? Because all my kids is grown. You know, my youngest one is 18. So my oldest being 25, I had him.
How old are you?
40.
He started early.
You 40?
Yo, the youngest one is 18.
Youngest is 18?
Yep.
Boy.
So I have
Jesus Christ.
Your parents should have whooped your ass.
Hey, babies have babies.
So at the time, I did what was done.
Baby.
I thought spanking was right. Then you're supposed to spare the rod, hate the child, because that's what was taught to me growing up. You know what I'm saying? That's how you discipline your kids. But as I got older, I started thinking, man, maybe this is not right. Maybe I'm doing more damage than good. Because you're right. Once you start talking to them and you start, seeing what the issue is, that style of parenting, I think that works a whole lot better than physical pain, because physical pain is gonna last about 5 minutes, and they'll do nothing but make the daggone child hate you. You know what I mean? It creates a anger. It creates a rip between you and them. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, I'm so much happier now. That I don't. I mean, all my kids are grown, so I ain't beating them now. But we talked about it. You know what I mean? I apologize to them all. I did because what I thought was best. Now I know that's not the right answer. So which goes in a segue to my next question. Most of us in the group, we're military fathers. Do you feel like
I think you should change that question.
Okay.
I know what you about to ask. I think you should change that question to does your job, no matter what they do or what, you know what I mean? Change to what their job.
Okay. So, as black males, right? A lot of times we grew up
and Korean females.
Okay, well, black males and females in general, right?
Yeah.
Asian
females. My bad. I'm sorry.
Hey, hold on. She didn't answer the question though. She answered the first question.
Yeah, she didn't get to answer the first question. You skipped right past it.
Oh, it's my go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that I can only answer the first part of the question, because I don't want to reference anything about slavery other than just reading and knowing what I know. But I don't, because now with my son being autistic, so I used to just pop him on his hand, but now he's doing it to himself. So when he knows that he messes up, he does it to himself. So I can't do it anymore. But I don't use whipping as a form of discipline. Like Mr. Derrick said, get away from me. But I don't do it anymore. I can't with my son because he's doing it to himself. When he knows that I'm upset, he does it to himself. So I had to nib it in the butt. I can't do it anymore.
Have you ever whooped him?
No.
Were you raised like that? Did you get spanked when you were raised?
Oh yeah, I got whooped growing up, definitely. Okay. I got whooped growing up, but I never did it to my son, and I think it's because of him autistic, so, and I don't want him to think that it's okay. Like if I do it and other people do it to him, he's going to think it's okay. So I don't do it anymore.
You good? Okay.
I have to comment with that second question.
Okay. So my second question goes to, as far as our jobs, right? So a lot of times, people of color, we grew up in households where one parent wasn't there, usually the father. And, there's all types of reasons why it wasn't there, whether it be child support, whether you living in the ghetto, whatever. There's a myriad of reasons why. But, sometimes we have jobs that take us away from our children, sometimes for months at a time, sometimes a year at a time. Sometimes we're in a completely different state, just based off of that. How do you think that affects you as a child, or do you sometimes feel as maybe you were a deadbeat father to a certain point because you're not be able to be there every single day, even though what you're doing is for the betterment of your child?
Man, I never felt like a deadbeat father.
Said, does your job keep you from being the parent you want to be?
Correct.
Nah, because my job is making you live the way you live. You get what I'm saying? Me being gone is still supporting how you want to live. Being there at every event, that made me feel bad. Not that I couldn't be there at every event, like a sporting event or like a school play. That made me feel bad, but I never felt like a deadbeat parent. Never. You know what I'm saying? But I used to be mad about that. But me being away, nah. I mean, if I was away, they pay nothing. Yeah, I probably feel totally different. But the bills still get paid. So hey.
What about you, Donnell?
I never felt like a deadbeat parent.
You want to be?
I'm about to say, man, it's hard for me to answer that because I ain't been I ain't been away.
You ain't gotta go. No, I'm just saying your job. Period. Like, do you think your job?
Like a lot of overtime.
Right.
You want to be?
Well, sometimes you might work 12, 14 hours a day.
Oh, nah, I don't feel no type of way. I still try to. Well, my job too is like I'm not missing any of the big events, so I'm setting that up front. I'm setting precedence with my job with that. So I know some things I'm gonna miss out on, but like big stuff, like I'm gonna try to get there. But yeah, and I think it's like changed now too. So like my job since pandemic, I've been able to work from home. I go to the office like once, 2 days a week now, if that. So it's just I can't. I'm viewing it from a different angle.
Got you. What about you?
Gotcha.
What about you, man?
What you say, Trey?
What about you?
Yo, that's something I struggle with on a day-to-day basis. Because I work a couple jobs, and so I'm gone from I take my daughter to school, but then I don't see her till I come back home to about 12 hours later, about 7 o'clock.
Oh shit!
So then like routine, how's your day and everything else, getting ready for tomorrow, same old shit, different day. So yeah, that's something. So like the weekends or just times. So I stay home one day out the week, but I don't necessarily I work remote or whatever. So I get some time back, and then the weekends. That's something to struggle with because if I didn't work or didn't do what I do, then she wouldn't be cared, be provided. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's that balance. Like, what she gonna back most stuff or the time? So try to find a balance of both, but I still struggle with it.
Have you ever felt like a deadbeat parent?
No, I never felt like a deadbeat parent. Just being absent. You know what I'm saying? Just not being able to be whole. Because I still gotta have some time to recharge and stuff too. Then
it's some personal time,
like how you find time. But when I do have a little minute, then find myself might be agitated, aggravated, because she come in, invading my little piece.
Right.
It's crazy when you think about it, because like if they in school, like during the week, you don't. If you're able to be home, like when they get out of school, you only with them for what, 3-4 hours before they time to go to sleep, go to school the next day. Then you got the weekend, so and that little 4 hours a week, then trying to build some time in the weekend for if you got a significant other, if you're married, so you got to keep that relationship happy, then do the family thing, then got time for yourself. It'd be a lot.
Yeah. Say ain't enough hours in a day.
Stoops, what about you, Stoops?
I know my parents stood together. They've been together for 40 years. So the only thing I did not like Tremaine was saying about like the absent thing. My dad was always gone. It was 4 of us, siblings. That was a job by itself for my mom. But like trying to play sports, I had to learn all that stuff by myself. And my dad was always trying to take care of the house. Then my mom had 4 of us. Me joining the military, I see what my son is going through now, although I'm divorced now, but I'm not aggravated. I think it's deadbeat or whatever. I mean, that's just how things go, man. Especially in the military, like you said before, one of y'all said before, you gotta take care of your family. They won't get the stuff they got right now. So I do get like now Caden's in soccer now. I just came home yesterday in Maryland for like maybe 12 hours. The game got canceled. I really wanted to go to the game because I had that time to go. But you can't control it. The weather was bad. So maybe next time it happens. But when I retire, everything's gonna be different though.
Also, Stoops, just to let you know, we fam. So if you flying to Maryland, bro, and you need a spot without having to pay no goddamn hotel, you know you good here, right?
Oh yeah, I appreciate it.
And he gonna cook for you too. I was down there after my game, I came and cook on the grill and everything.
I was in North Carolina. They taught me Southern hospitality, bro.
Oh, that's good.
When you come here. Now, so
what about you, man? What about you, Trey?
So from my perspective, I could say. So when my stepfather was, when I was with my mother and my father, my stepfather came in my life when I was about 12. I didn't understand him being absent. You know what I'm saying? It was like he would go be a drill sergeant, or he would go overseas, or he would go get deployed. I didn't, at that time as a child, I knew he was gone. I worried about him, but I didn't understand. When I became a man and enlisted in the military myself, it opened my eyes to all the shit that he did for me. To see my stepfather, he didn't have to take in me and my sister because we weren't his. And then my stepfather, he didn't have to give us his last name because he wasn't his. And I understand as a man, if he decided to leave my mother, what type of financial obligation he would still endure because he adopted us and we took his last name. So for that, he will always get my respect, and I will always praise that man's name to the day that he gone. Even though I know y'all niggas remember when he chased me and shit. Fuck y'all. Anyway, back to what we talking about.
Damn.
Yeah, you not gonna know nothing about
that. Hey, that's a flashback for me. I know I can only imagine what
it
But that's to say, like I said, that's what I'm saying. I grew from being that boy running from my pops, not knowing what the fuck was going on, to understanding that I'm a man now, and I understand why he was gone 24/7. Well, I understand why he was in the field. I understand why he was deployed. He was taking care of the house. You know what I'm saying? Like everything we did, we are able to eat, sleep, do. It was because of him, and we wouldn't be able to do it if he won't gone. So it is what it is. Like, do I wish I had? Well, right now I can say I'm afforded the opportunity that I got a job that I work from home, but I work from home because I got PTSD, and I asked for a reasonable accommodation. If I didn't ask for that, I would be in the office. And I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad that I work from home. I'm happy I get to see my kids when they come home from school.
Yeah,
because it takes a little burden off my wife that I ain't got to deal with when I walk through the door from coming from work, and she didn't already dealt with it. Now I got to hear from her and them. I get to hear at least once, not 32 times. You feel me?
Yeah.
Real.
What about you? I pointed like you just see me.
Kill. I know. I was like, all right, Kai.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
What? I definitely feel bad. I think I beat myself down a lot.
No.
Because I'm a single mom. I have him all the time. So he's gone from like 6, and by the time I get him, it's like 6. So we don't see each other for 12 hours a day. Then by the time we get home, I gotta get in the kitchen to cook. We both home, but it's like I'm not really spending time with him because I'm in the kitchen cooking, and he's just in the living room playing or whatever. Then we sit down and eat together, and that's really the only time like we're together Monday through Friday is when we sit down and eat. Because as soon as we get home, I gotta get in the kitchen and cook. So
I want to tell you, like, if don't nobody else tell you, I want to tell you I salute you for being able to take care of a child with special needs and be in the military and serve this country. I know exactly how much that takes away from you being at home and the things that you want to do, but I understand why you do it and why you have to do it, because if you didn't, how you going to afford to take care of your child with special needs? So don't ever look down
Exactly.
on yourself for doing what you're doing to
Right.
take care of your family. Keep grinding.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I think like all of that plays into like why I don't really like go out a lot, like try to have a social life. I know that I can, but I choose not to. I think it's just because like I just be so tired sometimes. Like when he goes to sleep, it's my time to wind down for myself, So to try to find a median between being a single mom and taking care of him and not having enough time to do what I want to do, I just, go to the gym or drink Hennessy, whatever.
I'm about to say that. So you look.
For real. And then, like my son is 11 and out of his 11 years of life, I've deployed five times. So like I've missed a lot of it, and it shows in him. Like I can't even take a shit without him to the bathroom. Like it's starting to show, I'm not bad. I can't even take a shower without him coming to sit on the bathroom counter and waiting for me to get out. So it's starting to show. And then like when stuff like that happens, I get hard on myself, and I just try to remind myself, like, I know it's hard, but I got to do this because I don't have a choice. He didn't ask to be here, So I feel like I pick up a lot of slack for his dad's absence and my absence. So I do blame myself a lot for the lack thereof.
Do not just keep doing.
But you got, that's something you got to do. I see you ain't have to do it. You was just doing it just to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afrikaners, what's your next question?
So next question, right?
Hold on, you ain't asking the question.
Oh, okay. All right. So for me, I'm gonna say yes and no. And the reason why I'm saying yes and no, because all my kids is grown. And I've been deployed 4 times, and it's disheartening because I can't tell how many birthdays and things that I've missed, and it weighs on my conscience. But at the same time, my son is now 25 and he's now in the military himself. So a lot of times when I feel bad, he comes back and he's like, no, you know what? I understand now about you being gone and everything you went through and you not necessarily being there because this is what you was going through. One, like you weren't trying. It's just, the nature of the beast. And I always put in my mind because my father was there. My father had, I don't know how many kids he got, you know what I'm saying? But it's at least 10 of us. But, he wasn't around. So I blamed him for a long time.
Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah, at least 10.
Whoa. God damn it. Whoa. It's 10 of y'all?
At least.
Oh, hell,
Hell no.
Yeah.
Where?
At least. Half of my between North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Pennsylvania. Well, Philly.
Everybody in those states, be safe. You hear me? You understand what I'm saying? Be safe. You got an Afrikaners in your goddamn state. I just want to let you know.
So.
But yeah, so I wonder about those a lot. But my children come back to me now, like especially now that they're older. Look, we understand. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you wasn't choosing. It's just the nature of what it happened. So now my son is in Arizona. So now it bothers me because now he's the one all the way across country versus daggone beforehand where I was the one being gone. You know what I mean? And one of the times it was great because he got to come with me. We went to Korea together for 6 months, and that in itself we got a bond that we would have never got just being at home with all the other kids running around. You know what I mean? Especially with my other son being autistic, a lot of daggone attention goes to him. You know what I mean? So us being together like that made a big difference. But so my next question, right? This really goes out to us people of color, especially with having daughters. So we all know there was a study done in the 60s where you gave a black child 2 choices between a white baby doll and a black baby doll, right? Do we feel as these negative images on TV, does European standard of beauty affect our black daughters or our daughters of color?
I'm gonna answer that first for you. It used to, and I'm not saying that it still don't to a certain extent, but it seems like our culture is more intertwined with their culture now. They're trying to be us more than vice versa. Like they want big butts, they want big lips. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to get these enhancements,
surgeries,
or be built like us versus us the opposite way. But do I still think those images on TV play a psychological role on a child? Yeah, I do. I do. I think all images on TV and the internet play a psychological role on children. And I think some of that stuff should be regulated. And unfortunately, it starts with the fucking parents.
Yep.
My daughter, she we always get our black baby doll. We be like, hey, see, they got a black one in there. Every time, see, they got a black one. Well, we'll go to this store. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, nah. I'm like, you ain't white. What you been saying play with a white baby doll for? You black. You know? So that's how it was always been with my daughters, man. My daughter 20, 15, 2. Black baby doll. She got one now playing around. Baby, black.
What you had, Derek?
I had a boy.
Oh.
Derek Jr., baby.
Oh,
Derek Jr., baby.
DJ.
Oh, you had the baby already?
Congratulations, my dude.
You had him Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, congrats,
Oh,
boy.
yeah, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, man, I'm gonna send them to y'all. All y'all can keep.
Well, I'm gonna get a case of them Ciroc Spritz your way, boy.
Yeah. Damn, I better go to the daggone PS today, man.
Look. Hell nah, yo.
The spritz.
Those Spritties.
Yeah, but yeah, like they always my kids always had black baby dolls for real though.
Yeah.
Now my sister, she had some white,
but we
they were
always
older
go
though.
by some
They probably
black.
they had a black ones out there. My sister, you know, she older than me. She 40 or 40. She 45. You know, so she had a white baby doll. I still remember them. I don't know if they had black baby dolls out back then, you know.
No, I don't think they did.
They ain't had, like maybe like one or something. It was like one. Yeah.
You get lucky to get out.
Yeah. Well, no Amazon.
Limited edition. A damn case or some shit, man.
Yeah, that's what we do now, and it's crazy because like most of the baby doll, my daughter won, so baby doll books, all that, try to load up. But she go to a daycare, and the daycare that what she sees is gonna be interesting because like it's about half, not her class. It's more white students than it is people of color. So it's gonna be interesting to see how she start engaging because then when she comes home and family around, you know, all people of color. So, and then my son's the same way. And you know, not to switch the subject to the male son, but yeah, I'm not worried about that so much as to like when they start like this internet age. So I work around kids now and I see how kids can get so influenced by the internet, and it's the ones that they seeing, like whichever side, like Trey mentioned, like it's shifted to where they, you know, other cultures want to be, you know, primarily like African American cultures, but then also the enhancements, the lives. I think that's starting to see in little girls. I mean, from like 7, 8, 9-year-olds, I want to do this when I grow up. So I think that's going to be a conversation, something to monitor, you know, moving forward. But it's just something that we see nowadays, and it's becoming more common. I know like 3 people that went and got, and these are grown women now, that went and got what they call them, BBL. There's a name for it. Yeah, BBL. And I'm like, yeah.
What is it stand for?
I'd have no clue.
Yeah.
I know BBL.
Brazilian butt lift.
Yeah.
Brazilian butt lift.
I know a couple of them got that.
Y'all know one. Like he can say with their camera off.
Bag busted.
They said with that camera on.
Yeah.
That would it stand for, bag busted loose.
I'm telling you.
That's it. That's it. I think I was watching somebody comment show. They were just talking about just like the images though, because everybody want a 6-pack. I know I damn sure want one. But it's just like everybody. It's just the images you see and stuff, and it can mess with your psyche and stuff where you start to minimize your value and stuff. Living up, well, not I wouldn't say you living up to somebody's standard, but then you like, damn, No, it was Dion something. I can't remember his name, but he was talking about people going on vacations, they posting everything, and you in your damn cubicle.
Yeah.
So, but you got it can play with your mind and stuff. You just got to be grounded and stuff, and just be happy with that person in the mirror. And then that's off top subject, but like pause. But it's that same subject. But my daughter, she got black baby dolls and stuff too.
Yeah.
But like you said, like the internet and stuff, like all this TikTok world, and nobody wants to work. They want to be influencers and shit like that. It's just a whole nother world. I don't quite understand.
I think I'm not saying it don't affect the female mind. I think it affects the male mind just as much. Shoot, what the males find attractive now. Because if that's all you throwing in their face,
that's all they're gonna get.
Males is all they're gonna look.
But that's all and that's all they're gonna want too. Is gonna do one thing. They gonna wipe you up. You keep that's all you throwing around. No sir. I'm like I want to smash and get on somewhere.
I'm interested in what you got to say about the doll situation versus like with your son.
Me, so my son doesn't play with dolls, obviously, but if we were to like go and for some reason he just wants to pick out a doll, I mean, I don't know. I can't really answer that, but I can like say for myself, like growing up, my mom always got us the white Barbie dolls. You know, I can't even remember if growing up, I remember seeing like a black Barbie doll or a black Cabbage Patch, you know, like it was always white. Yeah.
Hey, do they have any Asian baby doll?
I ain't seen none. If it ain't Mulan, I ain't see shit.
Mulan. Only one.
That's the only person everybody. If it ain't Mulan, it ain't it. I haven't seen that one Asian baby doll.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I might need to invent one of them.
But that's part of it. But it's part of it though, because like Frozen, Elsa, like they got Frozen 1 and 2, but there ain't no Tiana Part 2. She ain't got no another store. Moana ain't got no another store. So it's just like we'll give you your little group and stuff, have you something you can watch. But this is what we gonna pump. This is what we gonna show y'all. Yeah. So.
And that's right. So for me, I never allowed a white baby doll in my house. I banned Disney in my house.
Ah, dang.
Yeah, I banned.
You banned Disney?
But
you banned Disney?
Disney got a lot of stuff too.
Yep, but I banned it.
I got Disney Plus in this. I ain't keep my door seat right now. Look at Disney Plus.
I'm gonna tell you why I did it though, right? I banned it because exactly what he just said. How the hell you got all these other things? Got 3 or 4 movies. Hell, you got what's the fish? Yeah. They got about 7 series and a TV show. You threw us a bone and gave us 1 TV series. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. Black girls grow up with a thing in their mind that being black is somehow wrong. And then the little black boys feel the same way. And then we grow up and then we start thinking, oh, the black woman is bad. Let's go get a white woman because that's our picture of beauty. But on the other hand, there is a negative concept to it, because I would always tell my daughters every morning, black is beautiful. Well, my daughter got in the 3rd grade. She went to school and told a little girl, said, hey, my dad said, black is beautiful. You not black, you not beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's too much right there, man.
Right. But that was unintentional. But I always would teach them about, hey, you an African princess, you an African queen. You come from Queen Nefertiti, you come from Queen Nyabingi, you come from Queen Angola, you come from the Queen of Zulu. You know what I'm saying? I would tell that over and over and over again, because I want to put in their mind that you are up here. No matter what somebody tells you, your self-worth is within you. Now, obviously, you know what I'm saying, they're going to have these negative images. They're going to have it, you know, because it's on TV. You're not going to erase it, but it starts at home. You know, if you were at home and you are telling them constantly, hey, this is what you are, you got this African blood to you, you are not some sort of slave. You know what I mean? This is what you is, that's what they're going to believe. You know what I mean? But
I got a question for you right quick. I got a question. So can your daughter talk to a white man, date a white man?
So my daughter, actually right now, my daughter is dating a white dude right now, right? Now, I'm not gonna front. When it first happened, I was 38 hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna front. I was
And you got here teaching them everything at home too.
You know what I mean? I was
but hey, what do you call him? What do you call him? Do you call him by his name or you call him a colonizer?
So I by his name, you know, because the thing is, at first the little friends were hanging in the house, right? Then I thought like, something not right, right? But you know, the little dude, cool. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know what? I cannot be mad at this dude, you know, based off the color of his skin. If he treat my daughter right, he all right with me. You know what I'm saying? And he's a great little dude. You know what I'm saying? He's super respectful. You know what I'm saying? Never has an attitude. You know, I've actually gotten my daughter for treating him wrong. You know what I mean? Because very, very respectful young man. You know what I'm saying? And come from a good family. So I can't be mad because of that. But to say that I wasn't on some, if you can't use your comb, don't bring him home. Oh man, I was on it. I'm not gonna front.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, you can't use what?
If you can't
use your comb, don't bring them home.
I ain't
that was a KKK thing or something like that, man.
Hey, I got one question for you. I got one question for you, Africana. Move your head to the right a little bit. Hey, so is that Jesus above your head to the
here we go.
A little pale, brother.
So
he my color. He my color, Trey.
Then to my next question.
Okay,
the man said he's in his color, yo.
Color, we good.
The fair skin Jesus.
We good.
No, that goes because that's not Jesus. That's not Jesus.
Who that?
That's King Menelik the first of Ethiopia, right? He was the one who brought Ethiopia to the modern empire. That's what.
Is that the original picture?
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. I even asked right now. I know we're supposed to be asking about children questions, and I went off the beat right by asking that question. So it's my fault. But we're gonna bring that back around to children questions. Go ahead and ask your last question.
Okay, so
let me ask one more question, if you don't mind. So have you met his parents?
Yes, I met his parents.
Did you where you were the spirit chucker and shit too?
Oh, I did it all. I
did it? Okay. Yeah.
Them to know who they was messing with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
But it was cool.
Hey, it's
I like
crazy.
that. I like that.
My daughter first boyfriend was white, and she was scared to tell me. So she was scared to tell me. I'm like, what? A white one? I'm like, what the fuck? I said, all right. But he was cool too, you know what I'm saying? He was scared as all know what. I'm like, damn, well, calm down. They ain't gonna do nothing to you. Don't do nothing to my daughter. They gonna do nothing to you. You know, the second boyfriend was white. I said, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, man. Go on now. Hey. You know what I'm saying? But now she said, I'm through with white boys now, Daddy. I said, all right. But my niece, her boyfriend white. I said, oh my God, man. But he cool too. It's like meeting some cools, you know what I'm saying? So he's like,
they say by 2050, everybody gonna look like Tremaine coming out. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Brown in America.
Gonna be brown.
Brown in America. Yep.
Brown.
Hey, coming to my sister daughter, boyfriend be coming to the parties and everything, family cookouts and everything.
Africana, you got any more questions? Because you ain't.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my last one, right? How important is religion now when raising our kids versus how we were raised?
Religion ain't important to me. It's not important to me.
You want to go there?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I don't mess with the religion stuff. Never had.
I was brought up in the church. My grandma, you not missing church on Sunday. You're not. But, you know, once my mother married my father and he'd been in the Marines, you know, we went everywhere. So, but every time I went to my grandma's house, it was, you don't miss church on Sunday. Now, the preacher at my grandma's church, I hope he see this because I don't like him. I don't like the dude. I think he a swindler. To me, if your church is anybody in your church is in need and you driving a Jag and you the preacher.
Oh, he one of those.
Hey,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you got an outside job and you earned that, cool. But to be bragging on your new house and new this and new that, and you got members of your church hurting, I don't want to hear that, bro. Like, so for me, church started at home. It's what church is at home for you. What religion is at home for you and your kids. Because the religion that I grew up on, I can't say it's the same religion that I am looking forward to. Do I believe there's a God? Yes. Do I believe it's a Jesus? Yes. Do I believe Jesus is his name? No. but that's just me. Other people may have another analogy, what they believe, what they think. But I think religion is to what you bring up in your home. But I don't think you need to go to a place of worship to worship God.
No, you don't.
Facts. Facts. Like when I was growing up, I went to church every night. My mom didn't force us to go, but but that was me and my mom thing. Before my mom passed away, she wanted to go to church. So when me and her to go to church, that was our thing. So when my mom passed in 2012, I probably been to church 3 times since then. It's like, man, I don't trust the pastors no more, man. I'm for real. Like I don't trust them no more, man. Like it's like my mom was sick. I'm like, dang, why you pastor at church? You know, he talking about this all the time when he at the hospital. Took forever to come to the hospital. You know, like, and after that, man, I went to church.
How long she been giving to that church?
20 or 30 years.
And it Trey. You know, so but my girl, like she in the church. Like I listen to her when she said, like, you know what I'm saying, she pulled it out Bible and talk about it. I listen to her. I trust her. I don't be trusting these niggas, man. I'm not lying to you, man. I don't be trusting them, man. Oh, for real. Especially like you said, like the car stuff. Like some of these dudes, you like, and y'all, you want to offer, you want them to give you this money, and look what they driving, look what you driving, and then they call and say, hey, my light about to cut off. Oh, can't help you, man. I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna pray for you.
right. We gonna pray for you, but people go, they want to go, they go, but I'll be chilling.
What about you, Kai?
Religion is not important to me. As far as like when it comes to raising my son. When I was younger, we used to go to church. I don't remember too much in the detail, but I remember my dad, he pulled us out of the church and we were all crying because we wanted to go, and he was just like saying like he doesn't like how the church does stuff behind closed doors, and ever since then he just pulled us out of the church. I mean, and I have a different religion, obviously. I don't really practice it or follow it because I've been in the military for so damn long. I don't really practice it or follow it that much. And when it comes to my son, I don't know. I want him to be able to make his own decision when he gets older, like who and what he chooses to believe in and stuff like that. Because I wasn't raised in the church, so I don't want to teach or preach something to him that I didn't know growing up or that I don't believe in myself. I don't believe. I'm not saying that there isn't a God. I was just raised to believe in a higher being. So.
Okay. Donnell, y'all go down there. What y'all do?
Yeah, no, I mean that's another tough one. It's one where I don't think it doesn't weigh heavy on me because you know my perspective on religion has changed so much. But I do want to teach like. Get a kid thinking about like believing in something. Like, what's your faith? What do you believe in? But I also don't think you get at. I think people go to church for different reasons, and you're not always gonna get that. But it's different. So like Derek said earlier, like my wife is in the church, so she goes. She wants to take the kid. I don't have an issue with it like right now, but you know, if they get to the point they don't want to go, then that's a talk that I have to have, you know, with them. Or what do they want? So I don't force or push religion. That. Like I said, that's a conversation I know we can go on all day about, but I don't, it's not, it doesn't rank high on my level of importance, more so principles and beliefs right now, teaching those. And then it's a lot of bullshit in that church. So,
oh yeah,
there's a lot.
Money getting passed on them baskets too.
What's that?
I won't miss.
Money getting passed in them baskets too.
Hey, it's a lot of that going on too.
Hey,
pay that house
on going on, but it's definitely some.
Yeah, church gotta keep the lights on.
Yeah,
it's a business like everything else.
That's like that's the pastor's job. He gotta have a salary. I don't push
$150,000 salary a year.
Yeah,
if you're in a mega church, but you
mega
expect?
church, I understand. But if you're in a
Mega church, I understand.
300 members, we got a problem.
Yeah, I would say you got a problem. Like if you drive around the Jag and the lights ain't on and you ain't showing up, you know what I'm saying? But that's one thing about one thing I found out, because we was heavy. Well, I want to say we don't go to church as often we used to, but I know when I was living with my parents, we would go to church every Sunday. It was every Sunday. So if anything, you're gonna believe in God, you're gonna believe the Holy Spirit, you're gonna believe in Jesus, and that reigns true. So with the kids now, everything is centered around God. So we don't go to churches often, but she gonna know who God is. She gonna know who Jesus is.
Yeah.
He's made things available to us to do the things that we're doing. So that's how, because I'm a Christian, and so she gonna know that part. What she do? I mean, I'm just planting the seed. But it's more so. But because I mean, the pastors are human. I mean, it's like we can't have these thinking that they just I mean, they God himself, they fallible, just like all of us, and it's hard. Because at one point when I was in the church and then figuring things out on my own, I would look at the pastor too, and he just couldn't believe everything they say. But then after a while, you get into that spiritual realm where you just want to you take in what's good. You just eat the meat and throw away the fat. So whatever he got to say, he may got something good to say, and that may be for the moment. What he do with his life, But I'm gonna tell you what he has, and to try to use it to apply to make myself better for myself and my family. But I mean, so you might see one playing pool somewhere else. It's just But they should be carrying themselves in a whole different way. I do definitely understand and agree with that. They shouldn't be doing the same shit I'm doing.
I curse too damn much in the church. I be stepping out. I don't try to go to it no more.
So
I mean, your relationship with God is your relationship with God, but you gotta. I don't think that, but it's just like education stuff. I don't think we can teach ourselves about it as adequate. It's like they go theology school, they got this background and stuff. They got something else, even if it ain't. It's something they can give us more than we can give ourselves.
That's what I'm telling you. Like my girl, she is like that. Like she know that book in and out. And she like, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You got to explain that shit.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It'd be like, you can take a principle from the Bible, but to tell me it's truth, like, I don't know. Like, you can make a point and it'd be a great point too. And I'd be like, yeah, that's right. But I ain't need it from the Bible. Some people got to get it from the Bible. Some people can get it on their own.
All right, so we're going to cut that out right there for this episode of Urban Child Development.
Yeah, let me ask the question.
Next time. Fuck with us.